I'm on State Route 75 just south of Stanley, Idaho, going to Redfish Lake. It's named after the bright red sockeye salmon who swim 900 miles from the Pacific Ocean to spawn. The lake is 4.5 miles long, 0.7 miles wide, and 387 feet deep. So it's one of the larger lakes in the area. I tell you though, that water is cold. Not a bad spot. Old Redfish Lake Lodge. It's been here a while, really. Redfish Lake Lodge. From this dock at Redfish Lake Lodge, you take a shuttle boat to the far end of the lake. This saves you 3 miles of hiking and delivers you to the mouth of the Redfish Canyon. There he goes. The shuttle. It saves several miles of hiking. Well, the water is clear, clear, clear. Well, I'm here all by my lonely. I guess I better start my hike. Redfish Inlet. There's a campground over here. Let's do it. Okay, here's my plan. Arrived here at Redfish Lake Lodge. Took a shuttle boat ride down through here at the dock, And I'm gonna go on this trail here to where it intersects with this Redfish Lake Creek trail and go down this way toward Alpine Lake. So that's my plan, at least. Okay, I filled out my wilderness pass. That way they know where your planned destination is. So if you don't show up, they come looking for you, which is a wonderful thing. The Lily Pond trail she recommended, but maybe on the way back. I've got another destination. Hopefully there's not too much elevation gain in this trail. No bicycles. If you look at the trail, I would say it's would be a little rough for a mountain bike, but I guess they must try it or do it. Their squirrels around here are small, they're black, and they have a kind of a skinny tail. Look more like kind of a weasel than a squirrel. Well, getting started. Man, looks like they have woodpeckers. Look at that baby. Onward. Yeah, this morning I had to have a sweatshirt on. It's been around 96 every day. Mountains, a little different. I bet it was in the 50s. However, forecast for this weekend is even 90 degrees in the mountains. So that's gonna be warm. Man. There's my trail on a switchback. Up, up, up. As I guess I could have guessed, since these are the Sawtooth Mountains, the trails aren't exactly flat.
But that's okay. I say, Walking on a little bit of a talus slope. When these rocks break up, fall down the mountain, you got this broken up gravel called talus. There's no real glaciers left, just snow fields. And they pretty much all melt by end of summer. I don't think I'll be going up and over those. Just a guess. That's also why there's so very few roads in this area, this whole part of the state. The Sawtooth Mountains, there's several mountain ranges that run north to south and prevent roads from crossing. So this has the largest area of no roads in the United States. Amazing. And we got some pretty white clouds today. That'll kind of set the mountains off.
This is the Stanley Basin, which is a northwesterly facing valley with the Sawtooth Mountains on the west and the White Cloud Mountains on the east.
Beautiful meadow. It's a pretty cool spot. I think I'll climb up there and plant a flag. Maybe tomorrow. Beautiful wildflowers. Mother Nature is something. The orange there is Indian paintbrush. They come in lots of different colors, reds and yellows and oranges. Pretty spot, pretty spot. Boy. What do they say? Awe-inspiring? Man. Wildflowers. Well, figure I'd get a little selfie in. It's a little tricky. Figure out where the background is on this thing. There we go. Whoa. Anyway, I'm not the best selfier. There's my trail. If you look around this area, there's a lot of boulders that have fallen off the cliff. Big one back here. And again, that's all granite. Okay, here's an example of the type of granite that makes up these mountains. And you can see those pinkish crystals. Those are potassium feldspar. The lighter ones are probably quartz. And the black is biotite, a type of mica. And if you get really close, you can see the biotite is kind of like crystalline. So, super hard rock. Just not beautiful or what? Let's see, these are berries that you'll be able to eat in the fall. Again, look at these boulders that have fallen from the cliffs up here. So if you start to hear a little bit of a thundering sound, it's best to run. I was going to say hide behind one of these rocks, but you might get buried, and that wouldn't be a good finish. Birdies is chirping. The sun isn't the best right now for pictures, but those are some serious mountains. Wow. That's a term you tend to use a lot around here, is wow. And to think glaciers, the reason these are so scraggly, it's the glaciers. You can see up there on the left side of that peak. There's a cirque, which is basically a hollowed out area where the glacier sat. And then as it melted, it ran down there, and you can see where the waterfall was. But as the glaciers went through here, it just scalloped all these ridges out. Ice can move some material. And down there at Redfish Lake, along the sides, they call them lateral moraines. That's where basically where the glacier ended, and the gravel that it was pushing on the side is left when it melts. Terminal moraine it usually forms a lake because that pile of gravel is the extent of the glacier at that point. And when it retreats, that pile of gravel forms a dam, and then you get a lake. So that's how that works. There's a tree with a lot of resin dripping out. In North Carolina, we used to find trees like that and split them up, use them as fire starters. Because that stuff's just like, well, it's turpentine, and it really burns. A little smelly, but it burns. Starting to feel nice in the shade. That old sun is pretty intense. One typical thing, when you sit down and try to rest, the mosquitoes get you. So they take care of any resting. So you gotta get up and move on. Of course, my insect repellent is in my other bag, as per usual. Let's check this out. Huh. Wow, that's pretty cool. That big old boy came down, landed on a couple of side rocks, and propped itself up. Boy, what a spot. Hey, I don't feel any mosquitoes right now. Maybe I'll take a break. Look at that big old fir tree. Wow. But the old glaciers come through, undermine the cliff, and down come the boulders. What they do a lot of times is they land on top of the glacier, and then it's transported by the ice down the glacier. And then whenever the glacier melts, these big rocks are dropped. They're called erratics. So you'll see a huge rock like this, sometimes all by itself, out in the field, and you wonder how in the world that got there. Now you know. Granite, more granite. Again, the sawtooths were formed whenever a huge bubble of magma approached the surface and cooled before it reached. And this huge dome of lava, which is basically rhyolite because it had quite a bit of silica in it, it solidified and formed this granite. And then during the east-west expansion of the North American continent, there were faults that ran north-south, and they were slip-saw, regular faults, and like the valleys dropped and the mountains rose, and then the glaciers came in. The last one was about 14,000 years ago, and they did their number on the old mountains. So these babies will be eroded down, and then something else will happen. I don't think I'll be around, however. Might as well show you the mountains again. May get to be a touch repetitive, but it's pretty hard to get your fill of this. Beautiful mountain meadow. Ah, nice breeze. That'll blow the mosquitoes away. It's a wonderful thing. Indian paintbrush again. That's a reddish. There's an orange. Okay. Trail runners. That's what they're running toward, water. Damn mosquitoes are bugging me, trying to keep... I'm sacrificing my blood for this shot. It's gotten a little cloudy. Not bad though. By the way, technically speaking, those are the bitter roots. Got this little valley here. And on this side, those are the white cloud range. So all together, though, they're called the Bitterroots. Okay, these poor little aspens got knocked down. Probably not from a rock slide, but from an avalanche from the mountains behind me. So you can see all along here the trees are kind of bent toward the stream down there. You can hear the water running. We've got quaking aspen. They got that name from the Quakers. Apparently, that religion, when they get into it, they start to shake and quiver and sing and dance. So, those are the quaking aspen. Really pretty in the fall when they're bright yellow. Getting back to the geology of these rocks, there's two basic kinds of rocks. Mafic, which is a dark colored rock, and felsic, which is this. Matter of fact, you can see that, maybe you can, but the light pink, that's potassium feldspar. The whiter here is a combination of plagianase and, I don't know if you can see the reflections, those are crystals of quartz. And again, the smaller black ones are biotite, a type of mica. So, when a rock is under the earth and cooling, all the elements are mixed together. But as it cools, if it cools slow enough, then the light crystals form to form like potassium feldspar, that type of thing. If it cools real quick, then they don't have a chance to really form their crystals, and then that's what obsidian is. There's no element or no mineral there. It's all jumbled together in like glass. So, because these granites have so much silica in them, again, they're a felsic rock. Now the lava that we saw yesterday, that's a mafic rock. It doesn't have much silica. It's much more runny. So, enough of that. Okay. That down there, it's a Redfish Lake Creek. It's the creek, or creek, that you've been hearing all along the trail. You didn't get to see it very often, but you could hear it. Redfish Lake Creek. Dumping a good bit of water into the lake. Clear, clear water. I don't think I would drink it. Giardia can get you, make you pretty sick. I got a filter bottle just for emergencies. And iodine tablets in a real pinch. Onward and upward. Okay, this is the inlet. Redfish Lake Creek comes in. Apparently it gets deep quick, judging by how dark blue the water gets. That hill right over there is a lateral moraine, which the glacier left. Looks like fun. Not sure how cold the water is.
This is the Stanley Basin with Mount Hayburn, 10,227 feet there on the left, and on the right is Mount Mogul, 9,733 feet. The glacier that came through here was called the Redfish Lake Glacier, and it was 1,000 feet deep. The glacier was, and it scooped out this valley, and at the end of its life, 14,000 years ago, it melted, left a terminal moraine, and when the glacier melted, this lake was formed. So here we are 14,000 years later, taking a boat ride.